G'day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast. I am your host, Skiddy IFS. I'm joined with my boy, best mo in the land, Malley. How you doing, bruz?
Good, mate. Ready to mock.
Let's
make a mockery out of this.
Oh, beautiful. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Malley and I are running a mock draft in about 30 seconds' time. We are jumping into that. I got the wrong screen share up, which is always a good start to go with because no one cares about that first screen. We want the mock draft share screen there. That should be a lot better. Now we can now see all the shit ads that are going on.
Yeah,
but as you guys can now see that the draft is now loading and we'll be getting stuck into this mock draft with me and Malley. So I'm drafting from 4. I am hoping that I'm going to be able to get Luka Doncic, but if it's Shai Alexander, I will jump around that. Who are you looking to get at 10, Malley?
I don't mind 10. I feel like I'm still going to have a lot of options open. I'd love to try and get Trae there.
Nice.
I feel like 10's a pretty decent spot to get him, and I can make a pretty good team around him. So that's what I'm going for. But I'll take best available.
Yeah, 10 is you can piss off with your update there. 10 maybe early for Trae, but nothing wrong with that. I feel like you're pretty much on the money there. This is 12 team. How do I scroll down? But apparently I cannot yet. But that's all right. We'll figure that out. But
it'll make things real fun.
I think so too. Hopefully these guys don't take absolute ages in wanting to do it. We will figure out how we can put it all in there. We'll just try and bang it out and just get as much as we can sorted out with here, Malley. But I'm sure the guys will hopefully be able to get these guys in pretty quickly because
I'm not worried about Team 6, who's picking from 6. I reckon that he's onto something good there.
Team 6. Oh God,
it's a hot name. It's original.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. You are not wrong there at all.
What do you reckon? We've got our good friend Alvin, who we've never met or heard of before. Do you reckon he's going to go Wemby, or do you reckon he's going to go with Jokic? Is he going to play the young man's game and roll that dice, or is he going to go with the safety?
Well, you can't go wrong either way now, can you? I mean, look, we could go with the Wembanyama, get the high blocks. We could go Jokic to get the high assists. I don't know if we can go wrong in either of the picks. I think our man Elvin, I reckon he's a little bit of a risk taker. I reckon he's going to go Wemby at 1.
He's cheeky.
Yeah,
I reckon so too. Yeah, it's something about him. It's that anonymous profile picture, like the MySpace standard. So I think he's a bit cheeky, and I think he's definitely going to go Wemby at 1. But you're right. I don't think, at least in where we're sitting now at the end of August, I think with what we know now, either one of those guys is going to be wonderful, and you'd be happy enough to take either.
I
don't like that.
What's that?
I was just going to say, I don't really like. I'm not loving that pick 5 through probably about 10. I mean, you're probably not going to choose where you draft from unless you're doing these mocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because it's always going to be luck of the draw. But we see Nikola Jokic go number 1 there.
We were wrong. We thought we knew Alvin.
Yeah, exactly right. We got it completely wrong. Wrong. And there goes Luka at number 2. And then, there goes Victor Wembanyama at 3. So some interesting ones here. We're going to be drafting as it's a 9-cat, standard 9-cat league draft. So I'm going to pick Shai at 4 there. So I'm going to try and build around Shai, obviously trying to take advantage of his free throw percentage, some great points that he was able to accumulate last season, also some good steals and blocks, defensive numbers. And we see Giannis go from 5. And you're going to have to start having a look here at what are you going to do at 10? Because Tyrese is just gone. Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese, I feel like at 6 feels comfy. I feel like Giannis at 5th in a category league is a little bit interesting. Even Tatum at 8th, like
even Embiid at 7. All of these guys are going way too early.
Oh, great for me. I'm loving my 10th pick now.
How good's this? You got options.
I did say I had Trae there. I think I'm just going to go with Trae.
Okay.
I said I would. He's here. Off he goes. Trae Young, 10th.
Let's see how it's going to be able to build around Trae at 10th, because there goes some bonus at 11th. Now, these are very, very interesting picks that we're seeing go off the board there. There's Steph at 12 and KD. That is an absolute dagger of a double right there. You'd love to see that. From who was that?
Yeah.
That's
they've got a combined age of they've got a combined age of 78 years old. So I'm a little bit worried about that. My next pick, I don't know how much I love the pairing, but I'm going to go with Donnie Mitchell.
Okay.
That obviously puts my assists in a delicious little spot. My steals are looking good. My blocks are cactus. My field goal percentage isn't going to be wonderful, but my free throws, two guys who love to get to the line, they draw fouls. I've shored up 4 categories pretty well: points, free throw percentage, assists, and steals not majorly, but I think that's a pretty good start to those 4 categories.
I agree with you there, mate. You've done a very, very nice one. Very, very nice one there. We'll just see if we can keep that going. As we see Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, and Chet Holmgren come off the board there at 18 for Chet. Oh, God. Now I'm going to have a look at
Barnes. Don't like that. Chet before LaMelo Ball. Don't like that.
Oh, I definitely am agreeing with you there. I'm going to have a look at what I'm going to try and do here to keep Shai looking all nice and pretty around this mark.
I feel like Shai, much like Jokic, gives you lots of pivot, like you can really go in a lot of different directions. So things are still nice and wide open for you. We've got Ant Edwards at 19th. I wouldn't go that early, but I don't think that's a horrible pick.
Yep. I agree with you there, mate. Could not agree with you there more. We see Scotty Barnes, who the man I was going to take, just go off the board there. I feel like what I'm going to do here is I'm pretty sure of myself being able to play games. So I'm actually going to have a swing here and go with Kawhi. I feel like it might be a little bit early, but he's got 3 different positions. I'm going to have a crack at that.
Gamble, the time on court and obviously with Paul George gone now, he's the undisputed probably number 1 player on that team.
Correct.
He won't play enough games, I don't think, maybe to justify the ranking. But if he can play over 65, you're going to be absolutely laughing. You've got a first-round guy there.
Exactly right. And that is the risky part about having Kawhi there, is that we do know that he may most likely miss games. But if he doesn't, that's where we see, okay, we're getting some absolute value here for Kawhi Leonard and the ability that his point scoring is going to be able to bring in. Guys are just flying off the board now from these boys. We saw up to Kawhi, we saw, Damian Lillard go 22. We see LaMelo Ball go 23, Brunson 24, and he's gone De'Aaron Fox, Brunson back-to-back. I don't know about that one.
Yikes. Yeah, that's making my guard pairing look interesting. But I don't know. Obviously, there's a big punt happening there.
Absolutely.
I think Fox is interesting. You don't really know what he's going to do. He keeps changing his game each season, so he might become the best blocks player in the league this year and do something else wild. There's LeBron James.
He decided to turn his ass around and go, I'm going to just decide that I'm going to be an unbelievably good 3-point shooter, had me absolutely stuffed.
Yeah, wild, hey?
Yeah. So I've got Larry Markkinen there after LeBron James has been gone. So my thought process basically with Larry was he's going to be the number 1 guy. We're going to shore up the points there with Kawhi, SGA, and Markkinen. Markkinen can also give me a fair amount of threes and rebounds. I feel comfortable with that. He's going to be able to bring those categories for me. It's a bit of a slight switch, but I can still pivot well there. But I feel like assuring my points very, very strong with Markkinen, Shai, and Kawhi. Now I'm going to be able to look at getting quite a good defensive type center to pair with those guys.
If all things go perfect, your team is going to be wildly good. I mean, you've got to worry about Lowry getting shut down. You've got to worry about Kyrie just falling into a heap.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kai. Sorry. Wrong guy.
No, you're
both are keen for falling into heaps. Now, look, I'm at my third pick here with pick 34. I'd love to take K, but I think I'm really getting a bit over the top with my point guards. I feel a little early to take Bam. I've got Evan. I've only got 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't feel good about it, but I'm taking this, man. I don't like it.
Praise God. Karl Anthony Towns. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have him. I have him on my draft board probably 10 places higher than this. I think I got him about 40 odd, but again, I'm not really going to get with 3 picks now.
Let's just quickly do a quick summary here. So after Markkanen goes at 28, DeJounte Murray at 29, Şengün at 30, which is maybe a little early there. Maxey at 31. We then see Jaren Jackson at 32. Johnson, 33. Karl Anthony Towns was yours at 34, which, I mean, it's around the mark. I don't hate it. Claxton, 35. Bam and Jar, 36, 37 on the back pairing. We then see Jimmy Butler go at 38. And then, Malley, it's back to you here at 39. And your boy Cade is still sitting there.
He's still sitting there. So is Fred VanVleet. Like, 39 seems outrageous for both of those guys.
Outrageous for Fred.
Yeah. And I probably should pick one of them up, but I'm going to go with this guy.
Oh, here we go. I need to get back into this. What are we thinking? Oh, J-Dub.
I feel like that's good value. I feel like 39 is pretty good value. Now, let me justify, because I feel guilty about it. Let me justify my pick of Karl Anthony Towns. Obviously, rebounds are out the window for me. I needed a guy to fill the big man positions. Blocks are gone as well, but his percentages are great. He can hit those threes. He's going to get points. And I'm still pretty sure of his role this year. So I'm actually not hating the team I'm putting together. Okay. J-Dub gives me some flexibility with his 3-position eligibility, and maybe shores up those steals a bit more if he can do what he did 2 seasons ago. Mm-hmm. Tell us who's gone after my picks.
So after your picks, mate, quickly also too, we'll just say a good shout out to our boys at the Standard Squeeze, our day ones. Thank you very much. Keeping my beer cold tonight. After Malley goes with the J-Dub pick, we see Fred VanVleet go off at 40. Now, if you are letting Fred VanVleet go to 40 in any drafts, outrageous. You are out of your goddamn mind. That is disgrace. Can't believe that. And then Cade Cunningham goes at 41, which is probably about right. Evan Mobley now at 42. Yeah, I can see that being the case also. Desi Bain, pretty nice to be able to get these guys. This is a nice stretch of ones where you can get some pretty good guys around this area.
Big upside guys, in this 35 to 45 area. I don't hate any of those picks. I think that Cunningham's a bit of a steal, but FVV, that's a huge steal.
Yeah,
he's going to give you that and some. I like
Isn't he just? So it's now up to my pick, and I have 2 which ways that I can go about this where I feel like my points are already short up. Now, can I lean into blocks? I just don't think I'm going to get enough value to be able to get the blocks on the other end. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and go double here for rebounding. I'm actually going to go Jalen Duren, and I know it's early as hell for him. I'm backing on a lot of upside, but I need the bulk rebounds that he provides.
Yeah, no, I think
without
it makes sense for your team
as well. Yeah,
I feel like we've both gone a little early on guys, but we've gone early with justification, and I feel like in this probably late 30s to early maybe 50s, mid 50s, you could go a lot of different directions, and I think it could all pay off. I'm in a position now where I still need a small forward. I've got Jalen Williams to be able to fill that slot, but I don't see him as a small forward, and I know that they're going to disappear pretty soon. I can get a center later on in the piece, so I'm not that concerned about that. I'm looking at Emmanuel quickly too. I must have a little thing for guards at the moment because it's hard to move away from him as a pick. What are you going to do? 52.
See, so I'm actually going to lean back into where I was saying as well, where I want to make sure I've got my rebounding and keeping my percentages nice. They are the main things that I'm kind of going for. I'm going to lean Rudy Gobert here, as I was going to try and go with Zion to get a little bit more of assuredly. But what I'm trying to do here is keep everything I'm at the moment is I'm really good on points, and then I'm trying to get my rebounds back up, which I've now successfully been able to do. My assists aren't great, but I'm targeting a couple of guys a bit lower. I'm not worrying about my blocks so much, but my turnovers are actually quite nice as well. So I'm trying to basically just get myself to a point where everything is okay-ish to be able to then land these next two ones, because I think this is where we can actually sort out a few like big bombs where you need guys that these guys here can actually hurt you percentage-wise. Hence why I want to make sure I am going to be somewhat comparable in most of these ones. But after I've taken before we get into that one, actually, Jalen Durham, which is mine, Jalen Brown, 46, Paolo Banchero, 47, Jared Allen, 48, Franz Wagner, 49, Miles Turner, 50, Zion, 51, then Rudy Gobert at 52, Vucevic at 53, which is actually not bad. Quickly then goes off for you, unfortunately, at 54. Brandon Miller early is all hell at 55. And then great value here by Saunders to get Jamal Murray at 56. Talk to me, Malley. Where are you going here at pick 58 as Darius Garland goes off the board at 57?
You see DeMar, and I feel like he's really drifting now. He doesn't really make a lot of sense to my team, but I think that's okay. Too early for Bridges. Pascal was the other guy I was thinking of at 58. I feel like that's not bad pickup. DeMar, Pascal, 7 seconds. I'm going to, only because I think he's better value.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with DeRozan.
I think you've made the right call there, just because this guy can give such good percentages on great volume shooting, and the free throws that he's able to produce from that point in the draft, I think that is way too early. I know you love the Spurs more than anything, but Chris Paul at 59? Holy shit.
No, he's this old mate's got Hasbulla as his little picture. It's probably actually him. But yeah, I agree. No one's going to beat me in free throws. My whole team.
I might have you.
Love getting to the line.
I've got Kawhi, Shai, Markkanen. Duran doesn't kill, but if I get this next one, then I'm going to look all right.
Yeah, actually, yep. You might be my greatest competition.
Me and you have got a little bit of something going on here. But Zach LaVine goes, Pascal goes, and then Brook Lopez goes at 62. Righto. Okay, some interesting takes here.
What a yuck part of the draft. Like, just nothing's happening.
There's a couple I don't mind here.
Yeah, I'm going to go this man. Maybe it's just us having a conversation about him, but I feel I was probably happy to take him in the mid-50s, and now he's slipped to the mid-60s. I'm going to go with Tobias Harris. Again, my team, I feel like I'm rounding things out pretty nicely now. Small forward, power forward sorted. I can stop stressing about that. I'm not going to have to take any scrubs in those positions in the later rounds when I can easily pick up a center, which is what I'm banking on. There'll be some decent centers left by the time we get into the 80s. I'm pretty happy with that. So after Tobias Harris, my pick is Ayton at 64. Don't mind that. Don't like the dude, but for fantasy, great. And then Miles Bridges, not Mikal Bridges. Miles Bridges got 65, and Ingram at 66, which that seems fine, but I'm not taking him.
Yeah, I think he can definitely be a little bit of an iffy kind of proposition for certain types of teams, and be able to have that kind of, is he going to get enough of the ball? Is he not? It's a tough one around that point.
Oh, Vassell 67. I love all that. So, mate, you're at 69, which seems like a position you're most comfortable in. I'm expecting big things.
Prefer 88, but that's all right. I'll take 69 if need be. You know, some of us get desperate. That's all right. I'm going to go a little bit of a stranger one, but I think he's falling a bit for what I'm used to. I'm going to go Bradley Beal here, just because I think the points at this point in the draft are quite valuable. I know that there's a chance that he could bomb pretty hard here. But also, too, in this point of the draft, there's guys where you're kind of looking at it, you're going, okay, I'm not sure, you know, Tyler Hero, D'Angelo Russell, CJ McCollum. there's some here you kind of go, I'm not 100% sure on that. But Beal, I think we know what we're going to get out of him.
Yeah, a little bit like his mate. Well, our mate. A comparison is Jamal Murray. Like he's on a safe team. Not much has changed. Yes. We're hoping that without injuries, he's going to do some good things. I like Beal at 67. Nurkic at 70. Too early for me. What do you think?
Yep. Way too early for me as well.
Yeah,
I think that's way too early. Julius Randle at 71, I don't mind, actually. I know there's a lot of people that have to get touches here on the Knicks, but he can get rebounds and a couple of assists and everything. I don't mind it. I do not mind that at all. Mickey Porter Jr. at 72, threes there and rebounds. That's it, basically. Mark Williams at 73. If he can keep himself healthy, that's great value at 73.
It's a cheeky one.
It is. And then Keegan Murray at 74, which I could not have given a stuff about.
No, he as soon as DeMar hit the books over there in Sacramento, he just plummeted down my big draft board, which you'll see because you can see on the big draft board where we started with these guys about a month ago when we put we did our last update, and we're just about to do our next update, start September, and he'll be one that's just absolutely tumbled down for me.
Yep, couldn't agree more, mate.
76, mate.
I'm having a swing here, mate. I'm having a swing, and that is going to be in the form of Isaiah Hartenstein from the newly acquired into the OKC Thunder. We know he can get all the bits and pieces that we need for fantasy. It just depends on if he's going to get the minutes there in OKC to be able to do it. But I'll have a crack here at 76 because I feel like he can return top 60 upside. And again, he doesn't kill you in percentages like what our man, who was that? High just took Clint Capella at 77, which we know that he kills them in percentages.
Yeah, he's high as a kite, mate, to beat Capella at 77. I think your team is going to come first, or they're going to come dead last. You're not going to come in the middle. Everything's going to work out, and you're going to be creaming every other team, or it's going to be disasters galore, and you're going to be out in round 3.
Yep, there's a bloody good chance of that, Malley. I mean, yours is a little bit more on the side of there's a nice little piece of precautionary there with, with a good mix of precaution, like safe, but also there's ability to be able to bang from. Yeah, mine is just hey, let's swing.
Fourth. Yeah, I'm going to come fourth. I'm going to get no cash. I'm not walking away with a wooden spoon. No one's going to talk about my team, but my head reasonably high.
You know, in the UFC when Max Holloway at the end of fights, he just goes, "Let's bang." That's me right now. Let's just get as much guys as we can in now, and let's bang.
Let's get dirty. So after your pick of Hartenstein at 76, we've got I'm next. We've got Capella at 77, Yuckos.
Get ready.
Hero at 78. We've got Giddy at 79. I like it. D'Angelo Russell 80, probably. Valanciunas at 81 was one of the guys I was thinking about, which I guess helps me make this decision. I think you're going to think I'm going too high, but at 82, and again, fitting my team perfectly, I need to get someone who's center eligible. I don't care about rebounds. I'm a little bit worried about percentages, but I'm going with Jabari Smith Jr. He is a third-year player this year. I want to see what he does. He's a bit of a my guy, so I know that I probably have taken him earlier than I need to. I probably could have taken him at 87 easily. But yes, no regrets. No regrets.
No, I don't hate it. I can see the bump from it. That's crazy that Alexander just took Draymond Green with Jordan Poole back-to-back. That's outrageous. Drew Holiday at 83 is also outrageous. I think he should have gone way earlier, but that's all right there. I'm not one to judge. Kuzma then at 86. But as I said, I don't mind. I don't mind your pick at all. I think that there's nothing wrong with grabbing Jabari Smith Jr. there. He profiles as his profile of being a fantasy player is fantastic. So I like it. And I'm more than happy to have a crack at it. Talk to me though. Why the fuck did you just go CJ McCollum at 87?
Just because I think 87 is about right for what he's going to do this year. I know that his role is going to be impacted. I don't think it's going to be impacted much outside of the 87th pick. he, like all the guys on my team, doesn't particularly hurt me anywhere, but isn't really elite particularly anywhere. I'm hoping that he gets a few more 3-pointers up this year and gets them in, and that's going to help my team there. I'm very comfortable, I think, in 3 points. My percentages are pretty steady. I'm not going to win field goal percentage any week, I don't think. But steals, assists, good. Points, good. Turnovers, well, I've got Trae, so probably not great. So, but yeah, I actually don't mind this team. I don't mind it.
Okay.
What are you thinking for your next pick? Because you're coming up.
Oh, I'm going 2 which ways here, mate, and it's either to have an absolute swing for the fences on a few more points and assists.
Sounds like your team.
To be able to generate, you're bloody not wrong there, mate. Or I just go a really, really safe pick, and I go OG Anunoby, but I think I might. I don't like how much of a non-chance he's going to be. I'm taking Anthony Simons here, actually, from Portland.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, there's your points.
Yeah, well, that's the I think that was the last little bit of points that I wanted to just have that last crack on. I know there's no defensive stats that he's going to be able to generate, but I feel like his assists can be okay. He has really good free throw percentage at a good rate as well, which I think works well with Shai to be able to get him at that point. So the days that Shai miss, I've got Simons there. I'm just hoping that he does. I have a little bit of a worry with Simons. I don't know about you, but do you reckon that he is 100% locked in for a starting spot there in Portland?
I think at the beginning of the season he is, and I think if he churns it out and you're starting to get a little nervous, you can sell him high. And then when the cage comes crashing down after Christmas, he's not your problem anymore. But I'm looking at the picks before your pick at 93 for Simons. I like that better than Trae Murphy, even though I'm a bit of a fan. I like that better than Reeves. I like your pick better than Middleton. I like your pick better than Pirtle, better than White. To be fair, better than McCollum, who I picked. That should have been my pick. I should have just gone Simons now that I'm looking at that. So I am a little bit jealous there. And he just snuck him inside the top 100. I always wonder where this guy's going to land. 97 picked, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, he can go anywhere, man. I've seen him go at 80. I've seen him go at 120. It's just outrageous where he can go and where they can get him to.
And I mean, that really depends on, can you hide him? Do you have a deep bench or at least an IR spot for him to sit in? Because he's not playing the first 7-8 weeks. That's a lot of weeks in fantasy. Oh, was that you with Zubac?
That was me with Zubac. Yeah.
Beautiful. So 100.
Basically, where I'm going with to get Zubac there is to basically sit there and go, right, Clippers have got no one else. Give him the extra 3-4 minutes a night and let this man go and give me a shit ton of rebounds. That's all I want.
I think that's what you're going to get. You're 100% going to get that.
And again, with Zubac,
on that
it's not
team.
like
his role's going to be nice.
Oh, bloody hell. And he's not killing you with percentages either. That is one of the main things that we need to remember about Zubac. It's great field goals, but the free throws don't kill as much as the other guys do. Where are you going with this? Sorry, I'll quickly recap. So before, we had Porzingis, Collins, Grant, and then Zubac was me. Then we see Herb Jones, Onyeka Okongwu, who could it finally be his year? Alex Caruso now at OKC. RJ Barrett 104. Kari is now drafting at 105, where we see Walker Kessler go off the board. Malley, where are you thinking with 106? Because are we almost thinking a rookie? None's gone yet.
I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to take Jonathan Kuminga with my 111 pick if he comes back to me. I know you're not going to like it, but you know I probably could have done it about 30 picks earlier.
Jalen Green. Who says I'm not going to like it?
Yeah. Oh, I thought when our big draft board came out, you said that's absolutely awful. I mean, I have moved him down. I think I had him ludicrously high at like 60 or something, and I've adjusted that. I've calmed myself down and done some circular breathing. But at
So you had him
106,
at 81. I had him at 109.
Yes,
So I think that's
correct.
fine for Jalen Green. And why? Because it's so hard to find points at this point in the draft. Besides Bogdanovic, there is not a lot of options that we can get besides you just picking up Jalen Green there.
Oh, there goes Kuminga at 109.
All
right, time to pivot.
After Alexander goes Bobby Portis, and then for some reason he has a shit pick in Portis to a great pick in Kuminga.
Yeah, that's pretty tragic. It might be OG Anunoby time.
I can't believe that he's still here. I was considering him a pick ago.
Yeah, it's not a perfect fit for my team. I need another center because Yahoo demands it. But I think I can probably wait one more round. I don't need center things. This guy's not going to do much besides fill a gap.
Powerful.
Yeah, here he goes. I'll do what you might have done. I'm going to go OG. I think anywhere north of 100, you're cheering.
Yeah,
he's a great player, and it's just the role that we're concerned about. He also seems to be injured all the bloody time. But anyway.
It's the touches that we're worried about and the fact that he doesn't do a whole lot else. It's okay. It's just okay of pretty much everything else that OG does. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to have a crack and see where we go with it. But I can see where people's annoyances come with him. So, Bogdanovic goes before OG. Oh, sorry, OG, you took it at 111. I like Bogey. I want to see if he starts or gets the bulk of the minutes over Dyson Daniels, but I like that pick there for Bogey.
Yeah, me too.
Again, it's another one of those guys where we look
too early.
Yeah, too early for Conley. But he's one of those guys, Bogey is like, where else are you getting points at this point of the draft? You're not. So you have that crack. So
Lively, I like Robinson. Well, for a very specific build, not bad at 114, but other than that, he's going to ruin everything. Gafford's late at 115, but he's kind of like Mitch Robinson, but like more compact. I don't think we're going to see the field goal joys that we saw from him last time. Mate, High is up. I'm loving seeing his picks because he takes a good amount of time to think about it.
Olynyk.
Jesus. I love this guy. I hope I actually have an actual legitimate draft against High because then I know I'm not coming last.
Yeah, 100%. Right. I'm going
Mr. Skidmore, what's up?
I'm going so risky here, but I need threes. I'm going Klay Thompson, and I'm hoping that I can get someone to come back around to me.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be back on before you know it.
Let's just say this as well about Klay. I know a lot of people will be like, "Why would you choose Klay? What are you doing here? Come on, mate." Let's just remember, Klay Thompson is playing with Luka Doncic. He makes literally every single player better.
Yeah. No arguing that.
And then I need. Oh, it's so scarce right now. Far out.
It's slim pickings.
Nah, I gotta go safe after taking Klay just in case. I'm going Cameron Johnson again. I need that extra bit of three.
Safe. Explain I need that.
Okay, because I need that extra source of three ball. That was the last piece of my puzzle that needed to just be put in there without going too overboard. Because I also needed a power forward because Yahoo's a pain in the ass and made me have to take one, even though I got Larry Markin and I couldn't switch him. So I need to get the power forward in there, but that now brings my threes a lot more, a lot better than Peel with, Simon to be able to negate the Duran, Gobert, and Zubac combination that I had. I've now got that at least more compatible. And the good thing about that is I don't have to worry about if Cam Johnson starts to shit the bed because I'll just ship him off and I'll go a different type of archetype because I've got different ways that I can go about it.
That's my pick, but you can do a little review before you talk about my pick.
Let me get that. So let me go with, I went with Klay Thompson after Klay at 117 or something like that. These guys need to stop fucking picking because I can't actually get there. Klay was Al Horford, then Aaron Neesmith, Malcolm Brogdon, Colin Sexton, Marcus Smart 122, Dosunmu 123, Cam Johnson, me 124, Hart at 125, Josh Hart, that is 126, Malik Monk 127, Schroeder 128, Nemhard, yeah, KCP 129, not bad. Trace Jackson Davis, I like that. Oh, that's you. That's why I like it so much. Buddy Hield at 131. Talk to me about Trace Jackson Davis. I think it's pretty explanatory there.
Upside, really.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not a perfect fit. I needed another center. There's no one that I would even consider after him. It's just absolute dire state. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr. is there, but I'm very concerned about that role. So let's go a young guy. I'm nearly coming up to my last two picks, so I can really take the Skiddy approach and let loose. Yeah. So, I probably need more defense, and he's not a young man, but we know what he can do if he gets the minutes. I'm going to go with this guy because the steals are pretty tasty, and I'm going to go Melton.
D'Anthony Melton. I love that. This is the I've honestly just figured out how to put players into my queue, which I haven't been doing the whole draft just because I thought it was funny. And then I realized how bad I was going. So that was funny as. Buddy Hield.
You don't need it.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just give that a red hot crack-a-lack. Aaron Gordon at 132. DiVincenzo 133. Keontae George, I like that at 134. You went Melton at 135. Norm Powell at 136. I think there is better options there, Shagabags, but play on, my man. Play on. That is fine. What are you thinking?
Someone with a bad pick.
Yeah, that's so true. That is very, very true. Actually, you really got to expect that to be like, hey, look, it's actually not that bad. I appreciate that. Mate.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at these.
You got two picks left.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at some of these flyers that are going to be able to come my way, and there's actually a couple that are a little bit tasty that I'm actually starting to get, a little bit. Ooh, and there goes one of them. You rat bastard. There goes Alex Sarr, the first rookie off the board. Unbelievably, it's taken 139 ones, and I was about to take it because I wanted to see. I was like, no one's taking them. They're just going to let them keep going. All right, fair enough then. But Shaden Sharp at 137, I don't mind. Amen Thompson, 138. Don't mind that. Homie Huckers Jr. at 140. Yeah. What do you think there?
You're going to do the opposite now, considering your team is like feast or famine, and now go a really boring safe bet. Like you're going to go Jordan Clarkson or like Grayson Allen or something like that. Like that, what they're going to do without question, and like completely change up. Who'd you go for?
Gary Trent Jr.
Yeah, that was my next. He was the next on the list.
So I had my shits like all over Brandon Pajemski, who went at 134. But then I was like, you know what? I'm a bit worried that if he does start or if he doesn't start, so I'm like, nah, screw it. And I went against it.
Fair enough.
And then my last guy, I want to go with kind of want some defense. You know what? Yeah.
I mean, whatever here. Who cares? Pick a funny name.
I can't believe that Amen Thompson's still there, in all honesty. This guy was top, 40 at one point in the season last year?
And it's a sad thing. I mean, this is only a 12-man league, but to know that he's probably going to get turf because you need to circulate that last position at least. Yep. Isn't it wild that like he just might not stay on your team? Like, he may be better than Klay, for example, because Klay could just be absolutely rooted. But yeah, it's just wild that I mean, I'm getting so used to playing 20-man, 16-man comps now that a pickup of Thompson at here, I'll be like, here we go, middle of my draft.
How good's this? I'm taking that 100%, but yeah, unfortunately, it's just the way that it goes. But when we we quickly recap these last couple ones after I chose Gary Trent Jr. at 141. Give you time to look at your next pick. Wendell Carter Jr. at 142. Pajemski 143. Clarkson 144. Zach Edey at 145. He's another one of the rookies that we could see maybe get a starting spot there in Memphis. After Zach Edey was Vince Williams Jr. Marcus Smart back kind of hurts. Denny Avdia 147. Asar Thompson was me at 148. Jaden Ivey at 149. Grayson Allen 150. Russell Westbrook 151. Andre Drummond 152. Don't mind that. Tari Eason, a nice one there. I see at 153. What are you thinking here for your last swing a ding ding? There's no way it's Keldon Johnson. I'll tell you that's much.
It certainly is not. I'm picking someone. He's not the best left. He's not even going to get a starting spot. But I like to watch him play, and I know that the entire team, we saw what happened last year. I don't think we're going to have a repeat, but I'm going to go with Gigi Jackson, and know that I'm probably going to dump him after a week because he's my final roster spot, which I always keep open. I never get attached to my last two guys, even though one of your last two guys may end up becoming a fixture. That means someone else on your team that you picked early has not lived up to expectations and you've dropped them or they've got a big injury. But realistically, the last two guys, who cares?
And then this bloke, what about Payo ends up taking Keldon Johnson with his second last pick after you shit all over him. Unbelievable there. But Scoot Henderson
can you
goes
read
to the
that
last
guy's
one.
team
out?
Can you see his team? I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Which one did you want to see? Powers?
I wanted to see the guy. Yeah, what about Powell?
Yeah, what about Powell? So he's gone. What pick was he?
He
might have been 11. I think
second.
He was. Yeah, he was 11.
Oh, no, you're
11.
Right. 11th.
Yep.
Second last.
So he went James Harden, Drew Holiday, Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Kuzma, Naz Reid, Sabonis, Claxton, Lopez, Bogdanovic, Hield, George, and Keldon Johnson. I'll tell you the ones that I think he went early on. That were definitely Harden was slightly early at 18, but I don't mind that there. Drew Holiday at 80 was a great pick. Oh, sorry, no, it was where was it actually? It was 80 something. He did all right there. But Chris Paul at 50 odd, that was outrageous. Kyle Kuzma was early. Naz Reid was early. Lopez was early. Yeah, no.
So, enough said with him. Tell us read through your team to finish this off, and I'll read through mine. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you wish you could have over again.
So I went 4, and obviously I went a whole draft where I did not queue anyone until right to the end. Probably wasn't my best decision, but who gives a shit? I went Shai, then Kawhi into Larry Markkinen, which I feel like it was a bloody good position to get Larry Markkinen. He was almost first round value last year.
People are scared of him.
Oh yeah, but I don't give a shit. Larry Markkinen, Jalen Duren, Rudy Gobert. I think I went roughly on the lines of Beal and Hartenstein around that area. Simons, Klay Thompson, Cam Johnson, Zubac, Gary Trent, Asar Thompson. Basically, where I'm going with that is I kept my percentages pretty nice and high at the start. Was then able to and kept my points quite nice as well. My turnovers are bloody low, which is really unlike what I normally would draft, but who gives a shot there? And then my rebounds came in really hot in that middle kind of ground where I was able to bring in some big numbers. Steals are air, blocks aren't great at all. Assists are around the mark. So I should be somewhat competitive. And then I got a lot of threes late, so I should be able to bring in a few of those. So I think I'm good. I'm strong in 4 categories, and then I'm around the mark in a few others. I can then sideways pivot if I need to. Basically, when I was looking at the other guys' teams, yours was the only one that I was kind of comparing myself to, and the things that you were shied in, I was good in, so I was kind of liking it. But walk me through. Finals. That's right, mate. Walk me through. Oh, it's better than taking Keldon Johnson with your last flyer pick. Fuck me.
Disgusting.
Walk me through your team here, Malley, because I like it. I reckon you've done an absolute ripping job. And also, too, you've got some great value players at the picks that you got them.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with this team. So picking from 10th, I got Trae Young. Some might say that was a little early, but we know he's going to do everything this year, and we also know what his deficits are. So he is one of the guys probably in that first round out of everyone there that you really have to lean in to the Trae Young strengths and weaknesses. I feel like there's not many other guys like Tatum. Do what you want. Doncic, do what you want. Okay, obviously not free throw percentage. Embiid, Jokic, all those guys. But my second pick was Donovan Mitchell. And then I've got the good Jalen Williams. I've got DeMar DeRozan, Karl Anthony Towns, Tobias Harris, Jabari Smith Jr., Trace Jackson Davis, CJ McCollum, Jalen Green, OG Anunoby, DeAnthony Melton, and then GG Jackson. So I think I went too early on Towns, but I have no regrets because I think he makes a lot of sense on my team where I really didn't want to pick centers, but obviously I have to. And I can't think of a better center for my team had I got to sub him out with anybody. I don't think I would. Clearly, I'd sub him out for Jokic. But, for the position I took him in, I think that made sense. I don't think I've taken a lot of risks. In fact, maybe I played it too safe. I don't think much is going to be different with Donovan Mitchell. I think Jalen Williams obviously has a lot of room for growth, but that's a stacked team, and they obviously want to win this season. DeMar DeRozan might be over the hill, take him a while to learn how to work in with his compatriots over at Sacramento. Towns, as I said, too early. Tobias Harris, I feel like I got about on value, and he's just up. He's just going to sit on my team and just get me a little bit of everything. Jabari Smith, I like, not a huge rebounder, and I don't need it. I got blocks from him, and I'm not going to win blocks, so who cares? Same with Trace Jackson Davis. All these blocks are going to be wasted because no matter what he does, I'm still going to come last in blocks. CJ McCollum, Jalen Green, OG for some defense, hopefully. Same with Melton and GG Jackson just for a bit of fun on the end there. So field goal percentages, absolutely woeful. Free throw percentages, try and beat me. 3-pointers, I'm going to make them from every one of my positions. Rebounds, forget about it. Assists, unbeatable. What am I up to? Steals, I'm a chance. I'm probably middle of the pack. Rebounds, forget about it. Points, looking great. So I've got a real punt team. So I'm going to have to be very careful about what I do, but I'm a bit like you for different reasons. I'm either going to come first or I'm going to come last.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we both had that absolute crack on it, and it's one of those ones where we go, well, we don't really mind about it just because we were, showing mainly where we wanted to have these guys picked and be able to go with it. I think we did an all right job of having our first actual crack at this. It was, a strange one as well, because obviously we're used to drafting with other analysts and we see guys where we can go, okay, I think that this guy might drop to here. But then in this kind of draft room, they just fly off the board quick and you go, well, shit, what am I doing now? As you probably heard a lot of times, me and you were both planning on getting a certain player at a certain point in the draft. And then we went, oh, shit, someone's taken him 30 spots early. You're going, what the hell just happened there? But either way, it's all right. It's how it goes.
A lot of times too, where my team could look completely different if I just picked who I would think is best possible available. Like I know that I had to create a team that filled the positions, but had I picked the best possible available, I honestly reckon maybe 4 of the guys on my team would still remain. But that's obviously not how I drafted. I drafted with a goal in mind, and I think I very well met that goal. There's no one in here I was like, oh, I just like him. I know he doesn't make sense, but he's a sweetheart, so I'm going to put him in. But yeah, that's all I got to say, mate. I thought that was a good bit of fun.
Hey, mate, that was an absolute ripping bit of fun for a bit of a nice little mock draft to start it off. I mean, look, we're going to do plenty more of these. Do plenty more of these challenges. Next time me and Malley will go a little bit more. We'll go a little bit more serious into it rather than just going, we'll just see how we go with it. But that is our
early days.
one. Exactly right. That's one way that we would go with if we went Trae Young at 10 and where we would go Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 4. It was a great lot of fun with you, Malley. You got anything else to say, mate?
No, look after yourself. Buy some standard squeeze stuff for your old boy for Father's Day. And buy the big draft board because there's good gear.
Damn straight. You make sure that you use that promo code in IFS15 to be able to get it off there. Every dad would love a bloody stubby cooler, the 4-in-1 cup from the standard squeeze. That is the best shit that is going around. And you are 100% right. For yourself, why not treat yourself and get yourself the big draft day kit? It is all 220 player references from me, Malley, G, and Matrix. Get it in there, guys. It's only $30. It's going to help you all for your draft days and however much your pot is.
Get that for dad.
Easy. Get that for dad. Yeah, exactly right.
If dad's not playing fantasy sports, he's going to know exactly where to start if he gets the big draft board.
You're bloody not wrong there, mate. That's going to help him out, and it's going to do him an absolute wonders. Also, I can tell you, you've got it for life, so you can just reference it for next year too. It's a piece of piss, easy money right there.
Excellent.
That's right. All right. Well, I'll see you in the next one, Malley. Thank you very much because you've been listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.